Oh, the video hasn't worked. No. Sorry, guys, slight technical issue there. We get these occasionally. Welcome along to the in the North Bank for the preview show for this week's matches. And I just want to, before I start, I just want to say hello, Gooners, hello, football fans, whatever team you support. Get involved in the chat, and we'll put it up on the screen as and when we need to. Yeah, and don't forget, this is a preview show for this week's games. But before we go any further, I've got to introduce my guests. Obviously, I've got my co-host with me, Richard. Statosaurus Rich. How you doing, bro?
I'm really good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Thanks for being here. We've got Mr. Tom, the #1 Leeds fan.
Oh,
How you doing, Mr. Tom?
So I naturally assumed you was going to introduce Dan next, so I was getting ready, like, which way does the camera work and all that. But
no.
Then he said my name. I was like, wait, he's talking about me.
I go clockwise, bro. I go clockwise.
Fair enough.
I went like
that. And then we've got the #1 Forest fan, Dan. How you doing, mate? How's it going?
Evening, I'm very well, mate, especially after the weekend. So hope you're all well.
Good. I'm glad to have you all on. Right, I'm just going to review quickly last week's results. I'll just do it quickly, and then we're going to talk about your two teams, guys, and obviously the Arsenal. So there were wins for Liverpool. Let's see. There was a win for Sunderland, 3-0. The win for Tottenham, boo. Man City, Forest, Arsenal, and Leeds.
Leeds.
The rest were all draws. I've got to say, the Aston Villa Newcastle game was boring. I don't know. That was a snore fest. But anyway, so there was wins for those teams and draws for the others. And before we go on to this week's games, Dan, I'm going to go to you first because Mr. Tom wants to point at you. How do you feel about the Forest result, bro?
I feel appreciated for being pointed at. I feel a lot more better. But you know what? It was so good Sunday. Like, I think there was a bit of concern going into the game from a lot of Forest fans because we scored one goal in literally pre-season, and everyone thought, oh no, here we go. And pundits wrote off Chris Ward's, wrote off Forest, and that we're going to struggle. But you know what? That first 6 minutes that Sunday was absolutely blissful. Like, scoring 3 goals in the first half, that never happens that often. So I couldn't really complain. I mean, Chris Wood on fire again. That he scored 2 goals already. I mean, all 3 goals brilliant. But big shout out to Elliot Anderson. We were all saying it before we came live. Like, that ball we put in for Chris Wood for the second goal was just blissful. And I mean, I'm quite happy with the performance. I mean, Adoy's looking good as you can get. I mean, we signed Amari Hutchinson and James McAtee, and we signed a new lad from Stad Wens, and it seems that Douglas Luiz going to sign sooner rather than later. So it's all looking good, mate.
Great. Before I come to you, Mr. Tom, good evening, Emerson. Thanks for joining us. Keep the chat lively, mate, and everybody else who wants to join in as well. We've got a little treat for you later as well, because Mr. Tom's going to give you a general knowledge question. Now, I must admit, I think Emerson will get your question right, mate, because he's on the ball, yeah. But Mr. Tom, we have to talk about Leeds. How did you feel about the Leeds result, mate?
I mixed emotions about it. On one hand, I'm very happy, and on the other hand, I'm very happy. So let's mix it together, and I'm very happy. So could have been a lot worse than winning 1-0 in your first game back in the Premier League after 3 years or 2 or 3 years out. Just my favourite bit about last week I watched the Championship highlights, and I sat there thinking, oh wait, what's missing in this? Like, I'm watching it, I sat there for an hour. It's like I sat there, what's missing? Oh wait, it's us, because we're not in it anymore. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was like, I hope to sit here for a few more years and basically not have to watch it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I said it in the green room. I'm going to say it now, right? I genuinely think that watching your performance and watching Sunderland's performance as examples that you two guys could actually stay up this season. So I like to keep it 100. So end of the day, I think Leeds, they've got some great players. They've always been a great team, Leeds. I mean, go back to the Don Revie days. You know what I mean? You won everything under Don Revie, didn't you?
All apart from the one that Dan's team won.
Oh yeah. All right. I don't. You two have just made friends. I don't. Nothing coming between. I don't. Nothing coming between you now.
It's not his fault we didn't win. It's not his fault we never won the Champions League.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Mark's joined us
back to back Champions League.
That's true.
Yeah, Mark's joined us. Good evening, Mark.
Nottingham Forest are literally the only team to have ever won the Champions League more times than they've won the league.
I get you.
That's literally it. There's nothing else I can say about that.
No, that's it. So we have to talk about the Arsenal game because obviously you've got two Arsenal fans here.
How'd you get on, Des?
1-0. 1-0 at Mold Trafford.
Yeah, 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, the old classic scoreline for Arsenal, mate. Do you know what? There's positives and negatives from this result. And Richard, do you want to go first?
Well,
how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear a lot of fans say it was a poor performance. We were defensively strong. We didn't do very well going forward. The chances were there. We just overhit the final pass, or the final ball was blocked, and that's going to happen. We've changed the way we play, and we've had 6 weeks to get used to it, and for about 2 weeks to get used to the player we were changing the system to. So it's never going to be plain sailing straight away. And with everyone else winning, City and Liverpool winning opening day, there was going to be pressure on us, and I think it showed. But it can only go upwards from there.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. And that it was Paul, and I thought it was Mark. So good evening, Paul. I take it you're either just arrived King's Cross. So you've just come back from Harrogate, I would have thought. That's up near your neck of the woods, Mr. Tom, isn't it? Harrogate?
It's near where Leeds is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not near where I live, of course, because I'm a Leeds fan in London.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry, you are. I've just remembered. Yeah. See, you get everywhere, don't you? As you say, you're like a virus. Right, my thoughts on the Arsenal game. I've got a few things to say, but I'll try and keep it as short and sweet as possible. Yeah. 3 points. Take the 3 points. Delete that one, Rich, at the top, mate. The kick one.
Yeah.
All right. 3 points gained. Yeah. Not the best performance. Defensively, we were sound. But do you know what? I've got to say, what really boils my piss, and excuse the way I say this, but what really boils my piss is this, right? That first game of the season. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. I've got to get rid of this because it's not. Rich, take it off the screen for a second for us, mate, please.
Right. I thought I had blocked him, so.
Right. Well, it's. I've taken it off. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah. I'll go back to what I was saying. Oh, what's he joining for? God. Hello, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
All right.
Give us your thoughts on the Arsenal game then, mate, while you're here.
Yeah, just it's a quick pop in. Yeah, I'm just outside the tube, so I'm going to dip off in a minute.
Yeah.
But it was a tough game. I think just in general, if you think the first games on the season, going to Old Trafford, never going to be an easy game, especially with the players that they've signed as well. Not going to be a polished performance whatsoever. But look, a 1-0 win. We've dug in. It wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, 3 points. It all matters. I could have the first 5 games exactly like that. As long as we're getting the points, we can only improve. But I just I look at it and I just think there's a lot of changes, and I think everyone's got to learn. And I say it's early season as well, and I think overall, unbelievable. I look at it. I cast our minds back to that game at the Emirates, and we played Man United. We had about 28 shots in the game. David De Gea got the most amount of saves in a game, and we lost the game. And when you look at it, you think, oh yeah, we don't deserve to win the game. We won the game. So yeah, I don't know, but no, there's too many meltdowns in our fan base, sadly. But it is what it is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. I was going to say something on it in a minute, Paul. Do you know? It really annoys me that first game of the season, and a good majority of the fan base are, oh, Gyökeres is this, Gyökeres is that, this is happened, that is happening, blah blah blah. First game of the season, guys, calm down, leave it out. Do you know what I mean? Gyökeres will bang this season. He will bang. What I noticed about Gyökeres, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, and Mark as well, Rich as well, and even Tom and Dan. I noticed that Gyökeres plays off the last defender. So he needs through balls. That's what he needs. Yeah? And he'll get them from Odegaard. He'll get them from Saka. But as you say, it's part of the learning, Paul. But already some of the fan base are like, straight on Arteta's case, straight on the player's case. One game in, guys. Calm down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a big
I
change.
do agree.
And I think even from the days when they were talking about, and I've said this before, when they were talking about us going for Jamie Vardy many years ago, it's a similar situation. We just didn't play to probably the way that he plays football and goes upon his chances. He's more direct. We're not that team, but we're going to have to morph into that team.
I mean,
to actually get the best out of it.
Let's be honest as well. Saka didn't have his best game.
No.
Know,
but as I said, I think it's all across. I think like I said, that whole kind of the amount of times where we actually had the ball and we tried to attack and we tried to counter attack and go fast, and the amount of times where we kind of either picked the wrong ball or we held onto the ball 1-2 seconds too much.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's early season, and look, if we're talking about the same situation back in December, then there's something to be had. You can have a discussion.
Yeah. But one game in, calm it down. You know, simple as. You know.
I'll tell you this.
Leeds next, so yeah.
Well, you should have a word with Mr. Tom. I mean, end of the day, yeah.
All I'm going to say is, 1 week into the season, you didn't win 8-2 at Old Trafford. Therefore, Arteta out, obviously.
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes.
I need him sacked by Saturday, because it'd be really helpful for my team.
You need him sacked by Saturday.
I need him sacked, and I've already been banned from London Colney. I believe that's what they call your training ground. I'm not allowed near it because people fear what I might. Nah, at best, I'd end up poking Gyökeres with my walking stick or something. But just all I'm asking for, like you said, I believe Paul said, he'd take 5-1-0 wins. It's like, I'll take you having 5-1-0 wins as well, because that means that my team isn't getting embarrassed on Saturday, which would be really helpful to me personally.
It's a good comment, Mr. Tom. It's a good point, mate. It really
All I say is if everyone get above that 11-point mark, I'd be happy if we keep Derby's record.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take 5-1-0 wins. I don't care. It's 3 points in the bag. 3 points in the bag, boys. You know.
Even if you just picture just the amount, what they're saying about, obviously, with the amount of draws we had last season.
Oh, we've lost him. I'm sure he'll be back in a second.
So
Yeah.
when you look at it, 3 points is gold. It's gold dust. It's, you know, I mean, take it. And I said, what was the stat? What they said about was it the first 8 games we would have played 4 of the top 6 last season.
Yeah.
So
and I think City and
we're still connected.
Newcastle and Liverpool.
Yeah, you are, mate. You are. I mean, we've got Leeds and we've got Man City next after Leeds, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah. We got City,
No, he's gone
Newcastle, City, Newcastle, and
I think we played each other.
United, and Liverpool away. 4 of those are away.
Yeah, I mean, I must be honest, right? You can't go to Liverpool and play the way we played against Man United. You can't
But
go.
I don't think we will.
You can't go to Man City and play the way we played against Man United. That's the truth of it. But
Yeah.
like Mr. Tom says, I'd take 5-1-0 wins, like he would. You know,
Yeah.
any of us
I'll
would.
take
Really.
37 1-0 wins because then that means we'll win the title with an unbeaten point streak, obviously.
That would make you invincibles, and that could never happen.
And someone
No,
said,
but guys, it's true. But I just want to say good evening to Gary.
Hiya, Gary.
He's Mr. Tom knows Gary well. I know Gary well. Done loads of
Hi,
shows with
Gary.
Gary. Don't waste a tweet. Go and look him up on YouTube and go and give him a sub, guys. He's a great lad. He knows what he's talking about.
Who does he support?
He supports Arsenal, mate. The best team in the world.
I couldn't help myself.
Best team in the world, bro. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah,
remember, you two are guests, yeah?
Mr. DWT's road trip.
Yeah.
Wait,
the road trip is a great show.
I've heard of that show. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm on the road trip on Saturdays at 3 p.m. in the UK. So what's that?
Yeah, you're always on the road trip. You're like a Sunday driver. You go out one Sunday and come back the next Sunday, don't you? Yeah, but Gary, big shout out to you, mate. All the best to you, and I hope your channel just grows and grows. Guys, go over there and have a look at his stuff. It's really good. Okay. Right. So here we go. We're going to break down
past the fact that he supports Arsenal. You'll love it.
Well, you know, as I said, mate, we get about, don't we?
You do, unfortunately.
So I'm just going to I'm going to look on the games on my screen, right, guys, and we're going to give thoughts and predictions on every game. All right. So here we go. So this week, let's have a look. Saturday the 23rd, Friday it starts, doesn't it? Friday the 22nd. Yeah, we've got West Ham, Chelsea, lads. West Ham, Chelsea. We'll go guess first, Richard, because it's out of politeness. Mr. Tom, West Ham, Chelsea, mate. What are you going for, bro?
What my instinct to say is like it probably has draw written all over it. It's going to be 1-1 draw.
Okay, that's not a good start for Chelsea after their draw at the weekend, is it?
It's really not, but it's arguably a worse start for West Ham because there'll be no wins in 2.
See, you know, because you've mentioned West Ham, right? Genuinely, I think West Ham could be one of the teams relegated instead of you or Sunderland.
It's true.
And that's me being absolutely, 100. Dan, your thoughts on the West Ham Chelsea, mate?
I mean, I look at it and I think London derby, West Ham, they should be up for it because with it being a London derby. But I think with how West Ham are, and I know we got the week after, so I'd so hope Chelsea do something against them. But I think Chelsea should have enough quality in the squad to be beating them. But with it being a derby, I think probably 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0. 2-0 Chelsea.
But I don't think it will be a classic because obviously this West Ham first home game is to lose they won't Finney come back from it.
Richard, your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I having watched the 2, initially I was going to go a draw, but having watched the two games, I've gone the 2-0 Chelsea as well. I just think West Ham are that poor.
You've gone 2-0 Chelsea, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I think I've got to say, I think 0-0. I think it's got a 0-0 written all over it. I think West Ham could be just dig their heels in, and Chelsea will just find it hard at the moment. I know they've got Cole Palmer, and I know he can pull a goal out of anywhere, but I just feel it's a 0-0. I just want to read this from Gary. Thanks.
Penalty out of anywhere.
Beg your pardon?
Poor penalty out of anywhere.
Well, that's true as well. Yeah, that is true. Thanks for the publicity, Des and Tom. Hello, the panel, and hello, the chat as well. Come on, you Gunners. Thanks, Gary, mate. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Gary. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Right.
He's a nice guy, Gary, apart from all his Arsenal promotion.
Mr. Tom, you can't have everything, mate. You can't have everything.
I'm a greedy young man. That's all I'm going to say.
So, just to reiterate, Mr. Tom, you said 1-1, didn't you?
I did say 1-1.
What did you say? 2-0 Chelsea, Dan, was it?
Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea.
Richard, you can write your own score down, and obviously I'm going for a 0-0, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're going on to the next game. So let's have a look. Man City, Tottenham. Ooh. Dan, you can go first, mate.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I mean, don't want to jinx it too much. I know I said last week that Spurs will win on this, but I think Spurs, Man City, I think Spurs seem to do quite well against Man City, and Brentford sometimes does. Well, when Thomas Frank was there, it seemed to get results at Man City sometimes. I think that will be tough, but I think after watching Man City last Saturday, I think first home game, they want to start well, knowing that they got a couple hours before, obviously Arsenal play. I think Man City probably might just snatch it 4-2. I think Spurs they might go 1-0 up, but I think they just do a Spursy then.
Mm-hmm. Dan, Tom, I apologise. Tom, your prediction, mate?
I would just go similar to what Dan just said. I said Spurs will go 1-0 up. I think if Spurs go 1-0 up, they'll win the game because they'll just add to it. But I think they won't go 1-0 up because Man City are just going to pummel them early and they'll win 3-0.
Okay. Richard, your thoughts?
Yeah, Spurs and the City, tough game for City, but just being at home, I've gone them 2-1 to them.
See, I'm going to go 2-0 Man City because I think Spurs, they're just Spursy, aren't they? And it's hard for an Arsenal supporter to say Tottenham are going to win. So I'm going to go 2-0. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll move on to the next game. We have got Bournemouth on Saturday playing Wolves at 3:00. Mr. Tom, your thoughts, please.
Bournemouth playing Wolves. Oh my God, it's like asking which guy you want to take your own sister at a wedding. Yeah. But still, oh God, it's just lets you know, basically, gonna let you all know how bad Brentford are, essentially. But basically, I think it's got 0-0 written all over it. It's okay. They need to go fuck themselves off the week match.
Right, okay, cool. Go on, Dan, you're next, mate.
I was trying to say I completely agree with Tom on that one. When you look at it, you think, I'm glad this isn't a TV game, because it'd probably be like Villa Newcastle last weekend. So, but I think I can see it being a boring 0-0 or boring 1-0, and that's a menu score. I can't see it much more than that.
That's if Arsenal don't sign him, mate.
Yeah, that as
well. Richard?
Well, I was impressed by Bournemouth and with Areola at the weekend against Liverpool, considering the players they've lost. And I'm going for a Bournemouth 3-0 win. I just didn't rate Wolves. I just don't think in front of goal they've got what it takes.
To be honest, we did a watch along for that Liverpool Bournemouth game, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we thought it was going to end a draw. We were getting a little bit excited about it because we thought it was going to end a draw, and then they scored 2 goals in about the last 5 minutes. So I'm going to go 1-0 Bournemouth, I think.
I thought you said Brentford. So I misheard it as Brentford. So I'm sitting here thinking, it's going to be goalless.
Right, so do you want to change your...
Do you want to change it, mate? Do you want to change it?
We'll stick with the 0-0 because I know it's probably not me. But
there's the other team that I think that might get relegated with instead of Sunderland, Brentford. I think that they're just lacking something, aren't they? Anyway, back to the right. So that was Bournemouth Wolves, wasn't it? Next one is Burnley Sunderland. Whoa. Right.
We've got
Burnley.
Aston Villa Brentford.
What are you on about? No, I'm reading them on what I've got on my
Oh,
screen.
you've got them in
Yeah.
order, yeah.
Yeah. Relax. Chill out. Dan. Oh, who was it? Oh, you put me off now because you said it was Burnley Sunderland, mate. Dan, what's your thoughts, bro?
Burnley Sunderland, is it?
Yeah.
I think looking at Sunderland last week, I think they should do it. Burnley, first home game back in the Premier League for a bit, they will be up for it. But I think Sunderland might just have enough just to beat them. I think it should be a 2-0 or 3-1 for me. I'd probably go 3-1.
To who, mate? To who?
Sunderland.
Sunderland, nice one. Mr. Tom?
I can smell a Sunderland 1-0 win coming out of this because Burnley need to fuck off and get out of my face.
Do you trust your nose? Do you trust your nose, Mr. Tom?
I don't trust many things, including my nose. But but in all seriousness, I think Sunderland. When I first saw the fixture list and saw Sunderland buying up players, they're going to have a difficult January based on the amount of African players they have bought. I don't think that's an unfair take. But at the same time, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, if Sunderland get a win against West Ham, they can then get a win against Burnley, and then basically they're flying.
Yeah, it'd be a great it'd be a start that they probably wouldn't have even expected. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Richard, what's your prediction for this one?
I've gone to Sunderland 2-1 because it's. I just believe they're a cut above Burnley, and I see Burnley scoring, but I don't see them outscoring Sunderland.
The real interesting thing, Des and Rich and Dan, is that the Burnley finished 25 points in front of Sunderland last season. Right. That's not a small that is literally
that's not a small margin. That's not a small margin
above Sunderland. And I know that because we finished on the same points as Burnley, so I know how far we finished in front of Sunderland.
25 points. That's a big wedge.
Big gap. That's what people go, Sunderland have spent loads of money, because they had to. They had to spend loads of money, or they'd lose every week.
I mean, they brought Xhaka in as well, and that's going to strengthen their midfield. And he's going to be captain as well, I would have thought, and he'll get the best out of them.
He got the armband the second he signed on the line.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I bet that was one of the conditions. To be honest with you, I'm going to go 2-0 Sunderland on this one, Rich.
Yeah.
Right. Before we go to the next one, right, Mr. Tom. Now, I know you do this for Gary, and I've asked you to do it for us. Could you give us a general knowledge question, please, for the chat to try and use their brains?
Off the top of my head, which player has scored the most own goals in the history of the Premier League, and how many?
So get your answers in the chat, guys. Let's see if one of you can get it right. Just tell them that question one more time, Mr. Tom.
Which player has scored the most own goals in the history of the Premier League, and how many did they score?
Thank you very much. So if you want to have a go at Mr. Tom's general knowledge question, get your answers in the chat, please. Right, next game, guys, is just done Burnley Sunderland, didn't I? Now it's Brentford Aston Villa. Okay, Mr. Tom, we'll start with you, bro.
Brentford versus Aston Villa. So I can't see anything but Villa winning this comfortably. They'll win it 2-1, maybe.
Right. Okay.
Would be a different game if it was a Villa Park, but obviously at Brentford, their home advantage will be pressed, but at the same time, Villa should have too much for a Brentford team that has no attack.
Yeah. I mean, because Wissa's even on his way out the door, isn't he?
Yeah.
And they haven't bought anybody. It just seems crazy how they haven't bought anybody. You know. just got to bring this up. Mr. Tom's favourite player. You can give him a rebuttal if you want, Mr. Tom. It's up to you, mate.
I was going to say the same thing I say every time that man's name got mentioned. Brendan Aronson needs to go fuck himself. How dare he, when we got relegated, try and get out of the club?
Dan, Dan, your thoughts on the Aston Villa Brentford game, Brentford Aston Villa game, mate?
Me personally, I think after Sunday's game, I think Villa all over. But like Tom said, I think Brentford at home, it's a different ball game for them because obviously we all know how good they are at home. But Villa last week on Saturday played probably the most boringest 0-0 after kickoff we've seen. But I think, I don't know, I'm probably going to go 2-1 Villa as well. Just because I think Brentford got no attack, but I think they will be up for it and they'll probably get a goal in it, whereas I think Villa just got enough.
Okay. Richard?
I've gone 2-0 Villa. I think Brentford are that poor.
Yeah. After seeing them at the weekend, it was like, where are the goals going to come from?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be a little bit different. I know you've gone the 2-1s and the 2-0, but I'm going to be a little bit different. I think the floodgates could open, to be quite honest with you, and it could be a 4-0, something like that. So I'm going to go 4-0, Rich. If
Okay.
you're right, I take it you're writing them down here.
Yeah, I'm writing them down here.
Yeah, cool. So there we go. That could be the goal fest of the weekend, really. Mr. Tom, it's the big one, brother. I've been waiting for this moment. I really have. It's Arsenal Leeds. Or is it Leeds Arsenal? Let me make sure I'm getting it. Yeah, Arsenal
At
Leeds.
the Emirates, of course.
Yeah, at the Emirates, mate. You, out of respect, you've got to go first on this one. You really have.
Because I'm never actually going to sit live on the internet and say that my team will lose, I'm going to say my team's going to get a 0-0 win.
A 0-0 win. That's a new one. That's a different way of looking at it. You really think it'll be a draw, yeah? Do you think you can get a draw?
Deep down, I think we'll get murdered because we should get murdered because your team have had Premier League money for the last 25 years.
That's very true.
Realistically, even since 1992, you've had Premier League money coming in every year. But obviously, the amount of Premier League money weren't the same as it was 25 years ago. But still, the fact of the matter is, you should beat us, and you probably will beat us. And if we get 0-0, I will run around naked.
I want video evidence of that, right?
You don't really want video evidence of that, sir.
No, I don't. Man. It just seemed like the right thing to say at the time.
Well, you might.
Brilliant.
Fair enough, Mr. Tom. So you're going. Oh, Dan will have to join us back in a second. You're going for a
I scared him
0-0.
off at the thought of me running around naked with
Yeah,
0-0
probably
win.
did. Yeah. That's the effect you have on people. Hey, are you bringing him back in? I'll do it.
Yeah,
Emerson's correct, by the way. Emerson is correct. It's Richard Dunn with 10 own goals.
I told you he'd get it right. I said he would. I told you he would.
Yeah, Des did say you do it.
Google. You didn't use Google, did you, Emerson? I'm just making sure.
No, we use Bing.
Right, Dan. Sorry, you got kicked out there, mate. I just.
That's right. I think I lost my connection anyway, so.
That's all right. So we're at Arsenal Leeds. I'll just reiterate what Mr. Tom said. He's going for a 0-0 win for Leeds. What are you going for, mate?
To say I feel like the neutral of this conversation going into Saturday, I think without a shadow of doubt, Arsenal should win, personally. Not saying that because of Leeds or anything, but I think when you look on the quality of the teams, I think there's no shadow of doubt. I think if Arsenal at this end of the season, I think Leeds could snatch something, but with it being the start of the season, I think if Arsenal don't play well, if they play like they're similar to last week and Leeds are on it, Leeds could quite easily get a 0-0. And Arsenal, yeah. But I think on paper, I think Arsenal should be winning it 3-4-0, personally.
Okay.
Dude, I've got corn in my shit that would say that Arsenal would win this 4-0.
Richard, what's your take, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a tough afternoon. Yeah, if we get that early goal, it'll be 3-0. If it takes us to the 50th, 60th minute, I think you'll grow in confidence. But I'm taking us to get that early goal. So
are you aware of our game plan, though? Are you aware? Like our transfer game plan throughout the whole summer has been every big bastard we can buy we've bought, and we basically put them all next to Willie Nonno to emphasise how small he is compared to all of them. But
yeah, he is quite tiny, isn't he? And I do like some of your signings, but
So,
I just think home comforts.
what was your score, Rich? Sorry.
3-0.
Right, before I make my prediction, Mr. Tom, we have to ask you about this Japanese player who Richard couldn't get his name right.
Yeah.
What was his name again, Rich? Sorry, what was his name?
Well, I was put right. It's Tanaka. I said Yamada, but I knew he was from a German team, and I knew he was pretty tasty.
All right, mate.
I was impressed with what I saw against Everton.
Don't beat yourself up, bro. I'm only joking. How do you see him playing against Arsenal, Mr. Tom?
we need him to have the game of a lifetime. I need 11 of them to have the game of a lifetime, clearly. The reality is, the only chance getting anything from the contest is to find a way to bully Arsenal in the contest. And Gary, you absolute fucker. How dare you, sir?
8-0 Tom's team, though. Tom hates football. He's out for you today, Mr. Tom. He's out for you. He's come for you, big style. You're going to have to get your revenge on this one, bro.
I'll let the football do the talking.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I've said that, because my football's going to do a lot of talking. That talking's going to be, your team is shit, Tom, and you're going to get thrashed by Arsenal. But still.
Do you know what? I'm gonna keep it 100, honestly, right? You could be a banana skin for us, right? In the respect of how we have played, we have to play better than we played at Man U. Yeah, to beat Leeds, we have to play better than what we played at Man U. They could be a banana skin, yeah, and you've got to remember they haven't played in the Premier League for a couple of years, so they might change their style. We don't know what's coming. But if, like Richard, if we score that first goal, I think it will be maybe 2-3-0. If I've got to put my neck on the block, 2-0 Arsenal.
And even BX is getting in on the act.
Tom, after we beat Leeds, I'll buy you a Happy Meal. Oh, bless. Hey?
Mr. Tom under you, BX.
You can put in...
I'll accept it because I love free food. So, right. Let's not get too precious over this. I will accept his offer of a free McDonald's. I'm not getting that precious over football.
No, exactly. Mr. Tom, the Leeds 29 will be a handful on our fullbacks on Saturday. There you go. Emerson kind of agrees.
Record, the Leeds 29 is Wilfried Gnonto, just so anyone doesn't know.
Well, I didn't know, but now I do. So.
Yeah, I did. As I said, he's a bit of a Martinelli for him. He runs and got a lot of pace, but his end product's about as consistent.
I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest with you guys, right? I look at it this way, right? As I said, Leeds could be a banana skin, but in fairness, Mr. Tom, and not joking now or taking the mick or anything like that, right? It's going to be a good game.
It will be a good game depending on how Arsenal, what's the word? I don't want to say I want Arsenal to let us win, because of course I don't want anyone to let my team win. But at the same time, I think it would be really kind if Arsenal did me a kindness and basically went, yeah, if they turn up and then they turn to the ref and go, we forfeit the game for Mr. Tom, I'd be like, I'll take the points.
Would you be happy with a draw, Mr. Tom?
Happy with a draw. If Leeds get out of the Emirates with a point, I'll be fucking ecstatic.
That's all I need to know. Bro.
I would literally bite Beatrice Gunner's arm off for a point. Right.
Okay. So I think we've covered that one pretty intensively.
Cannibalism for a point, of course.
We've got 4 Sunday games just to finish up, guys. All right. We'll start off with Fulham, Man United. Dan, you go first, mate.
I reckon, I'll be honest here, when I looked at Man United, a bit unlucky on Sunday, but obviously Arsenal weren't at the best. And I think if Arsenal would have been 100% last week, I think I wouldn't be saying that, but I think Fulham away is one of the probably toughest grounds to go to because Marco Silva, we all know that, plays good football, and they've got a lot of old Arsenal lads. And I think Man U, yeah, fair enough, they strengthened the front three. I know I said this last week, but I think they're defensively, they've got nothing on. They're not improved it. So I think I can see it being probably a 3-1 Fulham.
3-1 Fulham against Man U. Okay. Dan? Sorry, Tom. Mr. Tom?
I'll take a 2-0 Fulham win because Man United need to fuck off.
Okay. I would agree with that.
Language, everyone, sorry.
I would agree with that. I'm not Man
I'm a
U.
Leeds fan. I'm not going to sit here and say Man United.
No. I used to live in a village in Lincolnshire called Rugby, right, which is in between Lincoln and Skegness, and it's 90% Man United fans. I think me and one other guy were the only Arsenal fans there, right? And they're just so overbearing. I can't be dealing with them. But anyway, I digress. Richard, your score, please.
I've gone for a 1-1. I just think Fulham away will be tricky, and I think they still got enough there to get something out of that game.
I want madness. Every rival losses. Man United goes down. I'm with you.
I read that. In my mind, I read that as being typed as if Jerry Springer episode was happening. Jerry.
Right, so I've got to give my prediction on this. Fulham, 2-1. So now we're on to the next one, which is Newcastle-Liverpool. And then we've got two more after that, guys, and then we're done. So Newcastle-Liverpool. Mr. Tom, go first, please.
I'm going to say 4-3 to Liverpool because the only reason it's on telly is because Sky TV want it to be 4-3 to Liverpool.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah,
that's the score that whenever they play, they had a 4-3 game against each other twice, but it will, because of that twice, will be on TV until the end of time.
Yeah.
Oh, and my actual, I said 4-3, just in case. Just on the off chance it is right, and it makes me look smart.
Dan, your thoughts on that one, mate? Newcastle, Liverpool?
Oh, right, shouted that. Obviously, we always know that Liverpool, Newcastle will be on TV because obviously them two famous nights, 4-3s, and every other time it's been 4-3. I think it's at Newcastle as well.
1 second, I'll check for you.
Newcastle.
Yes, it is. It is, mate. Yeah.
My thoughts might be changed a bit. For some reason, I thought it was at Anfield, but I think with it being at St James's Park, first home game, I think Newcastle will be up for it. Obviously, similar sort of thoughts last week, especially with they not having Isak. Obviously, they're not at the timing of this going out. They're not strengthened yet. But I think Liverpool, they're built for it. But I think, I don't know, I don't go 2-1 Newcastle. I just got a feeling it'd be a first test for some of the new guys up at St James's Park. We all know it's a cauldron. But I think Newcastle, they just know how to race the games against big teams.
Okay, fair enough. Richard?
I went 3-1 Liverpool. Had Isak been playing for Newcastle, I'd have given Newcastle a result. But because they haven't got him, and I just don't think they'll have enough up front to trouble Newcastle.
Well, I live in Newcastle. I've lived in Newcastle for nearly 20 years, right? And they're not happy at the moment. The fans are not happy at the moment, right? They are burning shirts in the streets. They're doing all sorts of stuff, right? He's tarnished his reputation. I'm talking.
They're actually burning shirts.
Yeah, they're burning his shirts.
Premier League shirts.
Yeah, they're burning his shirts.
Newcastle fans also from Saudi Arabia themselves. The cost of shirts.
Well, that's how passionate they are, mate. Honestly, do you know what? In Newcastle, there's a saying: you could put 11 sheep on the pitch and 52,000 fans would still turn up and watch them. Do you know what I mean? So that's how passionate. Genuinely, it's a working man's team, right? And that's how passionate they are. This lad hasn't done himself any favours, this Isaac. Whatever the outcome of this situation is, he hasn't done himself any favours. Liverpool, at the moment, are too strong for Newcastle. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Liverpool. But what we've also got to remember is Mo Salah's going to be away for a while with the African Cup of Nations. So that could affect Liverpool this season. And I'm hoping it does. But, you know, I'm going to go 2-1, I think. Lads, I've actually made a mistake because I went on to the next page. That is
you went on to Monday Night Football. It's fine. End with Everton. It's fine.
Yeah. So Everton Brighton, wasn't it?
At the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Why would you call it that?
What a name. Goodison meant something, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? Goodison
obviously Crystal Palace are playing Nottingham Forest as well, so I don't want to deprive Dan of his.
No, we're going to go to that as well. But I looked at the wrong page. That's my bad. So we're going to talk about
slap yourself on the wrist.
Everton Brighton first, please, guys. Let's Dan, you go first, bro.
Everton Brighton. So I was just looking at something then. I think Everton Brighton first, obviously same again. First home game at the new stadium for Everton. I think they should be up for it. Obviously, it's not the same as Goodison for me, because obviously Goodison, you know, it's not been for it for so many years, and I think Brighton, I don't think it might be a 3-2 Everton, just on the basis of Brighton. Yeah, they're all right, but I think they are good when they want to be. But I think first home game in the new stadium, and obviously how good Everton fans are, I think it's got to be at Everton 3-2.
Okay, Mr. Tom.
2-0 to Everton. Nice, comfortable win. And they've got their critics to answer because they did not play well on Monday night. I'm not going to mention who they played against because obviously we wasted enough time on the team they played against on Monday night. But let's just say the team they played against had an employee named Yamada, allegedly.
Richard, what's your prediction for this one, mate?
I've gone for a Brighton win. I wasn't impressed with Everton, and I think I've wanted them to go down the last 3 seasons, and they've been really, really poor under Deutsch, but I just don't think they've got the quality there in the team. I must
admit, what, you're not even putting into consideration the mighty Greenish?
Not
Greenish.
If Moyes can give him the same sort of freedom he had at Villa, then maybe. But if he does what Pep did and put him in the system, and he has to play to that system, and he isn't given a bit of freedom and license to roam about that pitch, I don't think he'll work at Everton.
Right, okay. Everybody's saying it's a good move for him, but I don't know personally.
It's a big opportunity for him.
Yeah,
it's a big opportunity.
No, there's just, I don't know why, but there's something pulling me towards Brighton. I don't know why.
I want Richard to be right. I want Everton to have no wins after 2 games, but I just can't see it, in all seriousness.
I think they're going to have 2 losses, mate. I mean, they lost to a mighty team called Leeds. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they lost to them last week.
I've heard 1 or 2 things about them, and Yamada, of course. But
yeah, apparently so. Yeah,
he's a decent fella.
I believe his real name's Tanaka, isn't it?
He doesn't mean Katsu.
No, I'm going to go 1-0 Brighton. I think I'm going to go 1-0 Brighton.
I hope you're right.
Right, and the last one, and I didn't mean to leave this till last, Dan, by the way. I apologise. Is obviously Crystal Palace and Forest. Am I right?
Right. I think this one got to be the email derby after all the conference European derby after everything what gone off this since this past 3 weeks. I think obviously there's going to be a bit of tension, a bit of hatred between us. Well, more from Palace side towards us because obviously what actually happened. I think obviously Forest was doing the jobs, and I think if Forest did it, I think Palace would be on our backs about it. So I think I feel sorry for the fans and the players because the fans are going to be not seeing Europa League, all the players won't be, but it's down to the management on it for what actually has happened. I think obviously there's going to be lots of outlook posters come from the Forest fans towards Palace, but I think footballing terms, I think it's going to be a difficult game for Forest because obviously Crystal Palace away, tough place to go to, especially with the fan base. They're on a high because obviously of the what they have won recently and getting a really good point. Well, there should have been 3 points last week against Chelsea, but referees decided to ruin it. But I don't back my team. I think my heart says 2-1, but realistically, if we get a draw, I'll be happy. So I reckon a 0-0.
Okay, that's called back in your team, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like that on TalkSport. Whenever I've been on TalkSport and they always ask me, I'm like, if you give me a head score, it'd be 0-0, but my heart says 1-0.
Nah, fair enough, mate. You're entitled to your own opinion. That's cool. Mr. Tom, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
I have slightly more faith in Nottingham Forest than Dan does, but I have less faith in his defence than Dan does. I think it's going to be 2-2, and I think it's a good result for Nottingham Forest, given it at the away side.
Okay, Richard, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I've got this as a 1-1. I did look at the Desmond, but I just don't. It's got a draw written all over it. Both decent teams, and because it's Salah's part, I think points shared.
Okay.
If it was reversed, I'd have Nottingham Forest to win, but at Selhurst.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
What is that about that free kick from Eze at the weekend? What?
They have some explanation about it and everything, and then I sat there and went, really, what happened is you disallowed it because Crystal Palace scored it.
And do you get the feeling that this weekend that's just gone, the referees and VAR just haven't changed at all?
I love the refereeing and VAR because they handed the points to my team. So I'm all for it this week. But it'll be a lot different in the 8th minute when Leeds give away a penalty at the Emirates. I'll have a much different opinion of it.
Yeah. We'll have a different conversation then, Mr. Tom.
I will say I did think that was a penalty, though, Mr. Tom. But not because but because he was leaning into the ball. It didn't matter that his arm was by his side because he was trying to stop the ball going goalward. He put his arm in a way to get. He did it against us a few seasons ago, where he shouldered the ball. He moved his shoulder, and because he got it just right, and it hit the sleeve, he got away with it. He has a tendency to lean into balls and try and hit it all, and thinks he can get away with it.
I've not even bothered to waste my time debating it with Everton fans because ultimately my take is always the same. The ref gave the penalty and I'm taking the points. You can all sit here and complain about it as much as you want, Everton fans. There's loads of you complaining about it. But you know who's not talking about it is the Leeds fans that have got the points.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. Job done, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you always know when the referees give a penalty decision, 9 times out of 10, VAR won't overturn it unless if it's a really obvious mistake. So even if Everton fans just don't think, yeah, fair enough, give it.
Yeah, I think it was the linesman that actually, because he went to the linesman because he couldn't see it.
Anyway,
the linesman went, I think you need to give this, and he went, Mr. Tom's sitting here watching it.
Yeah,
so
Mr. Tom, I've got Mr. Tom in my ear saying, give it. Yeah. So my prediction for Crystal Palace Forest 2-1. That's all right, mate. No worries. No, it's fine. You had something you wanted to say, and you said it. That's what we're here for, mate.
I've got this uncanny ability to take anything, no matter how trivial, and turn it into. Do you know this about Leeds United?
Yeah. No, I've noticed that. I've known you a long time, mate. I know what you're good at. I will say this: 2-1 Forest, because I think Chris Woods will bag a couple more goals. I think. But anyway, so
Chris Wood things.
there we go. Chris Wood doing Chris Wood things. That's a good way of putting it. Des, can you ask Dan? Is he going to the Arsenal versus Notts Forest match?
I feel a bit insulted with the Notts Forest thing, but I've tried to get a ticket. Couldn't get one at the minute, but I don't keep a look at on the from our end, obviously. To if any tickets don't sell in Forest, then I'll be coming.
Well, Emerson will be there, but Emerson will be there, mate. You need to meet up with Emerson. He's a good lad. He's a real good lad.
Yeah, I would. And even if you come down there, Emerson, that I'd be up for meeting you. Anyway, if either way we go, if I go up to London for the game, or if you come down there.
Right, guys. I'm afraid we've actually come to the end of this show. I'm gutted because it's been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've loved it, every minute of it. But I will say this, I've got to do the outros now. Okay, so Dan, where can you be found, mate? And where can people find you? What's your tags?
Find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube. I'm Talk Forest TV. I do a lot of content on all the socials and talk a load of nonsense. But I mean, if you enjoy my nonsense tonight, that week, can find me.
It's definitely been nonsense. I'll give you that.
I think you've done things.
It's opinions, mate. We've all got one, haven't we? Mr. Tom, are you still doing your wrestling channel?
I am, but it can be found quite simply at Mr. Tom Talks Wrestling, because
that's right.
I thought, why not just name it the most obvious thing?
Yeah, the easiest way as well, yeah. So if you're into wrestling, mate, guys, honestly, go and check out his channel. He does watch-alongs. He talks wrestling. He knows his stuff. So go and give my brother down the bottom a sub. Yeah, give him a like. Help a brother out. And if they want to, they can find you on X as well if they want to have a chat with you, can't they, Mr. Tom?
I can be found at Mr. Tom 28, or alternatively, my wrestling channel will also be Mr. TTW. Stands for Tom Talks Wrestling. Of course, 21 blood. It's there in writing, but obviously, do you have any blind viewers? Because otherwise,
no. I will say this, guys. Watch this show again, or freeze it now. Write that down and show Mr. Tom some love. Yeah. If you don't mind.
Because it did remind me, Des, of like at work, because I work in a bookie, and basically I had a customer come in and go, can you tell me the odds on the golf? And I went, yeah, they're up there, mate. And he went, no, I need you to tell me the odds on the golf. And I literally, it was sort of thing, you know, like when like you in the moment, you've really had enough of someone's shit, and you're like, buddy, it's up there. And then he put his white stick on the counter, and it was when I realised, shit, he's blind. He needs me to tell him.
All he had to do was put his stick on the counter first, and then you would have known, wouldn't you?
That's how I justified it. I mean, really, what I wanted was the ground I was up, and then I would jump into the hole, obviously.
Yeah.
I was mortified, but at the same point, I was just sitting there like, just put your stick on the counter. I can't see the thing, and I'll tell him. But anyway,
you see, I'd have put the cherry on top and said, "What? Are you blind or something?"
Yeah, he would have, though. That's Richard for you. Richard, where can you be found, mate, if people want to watch your stuff?
Right. On X, Gunner Richie 1971. On YouTube, as Gunner Richie 71. On OnlyFans, as _ Mark Taylor 8AFC.
You haven't got OnlyFans.
I haven't.
Behave yourself. And obviously, I'm Des the Enforcer. You can find me on here. I've also got a Kick channel. If you could go over there and give that a follow. I'm trying to get it up to 100 subs. It's the first milestone. If you guys could help me out in the chat, that'd be brilliant. Guys, it's been a great show. Thank you so much. Mr. Tom, this is I can tick this off my bucket list now because I've always wanted to do a show with you, bro. So this is getting ticked off my bucket list.
That's something I've not used to hearing. I'm used to hearing the opposite. Like I've always wanted to kick you off my show, Mr. Tom.
No. I've always wanted to do a show with you, bro. Honestly, so this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for
It's
coming
been
on.
an honour, in all seriousness. I appreciate the invite. Like, because last week I got the invite after your show was already running.
That's cool. But if you ever want to come back on in the future, mate, whenever, just give me I'll holler. I'll send you messages as well, obviously.
No problem,
Dan,
no problem.
great as always, mate. Second time on, just getting better and better. Thanks very much. And I take it you'll be on next week. You'll be on next week, will you?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. This is becoming quite a regular show for me now. I quite enjoy
No,
it.
it's cool, bro. It's cool.
But yeah, I should be back on next week as normal.
Yeah, brilliant. And Rich, obviously, me and you set these up, and we just love it, don't we, bro?
Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it? And it's nice to get different fans on to and I've always enjoyed Mr. Tom. He's funny.
He is. Yeah. He should be on a stage, shouldn't he? He should be on a stage, sweeping it.
I was going to give you the envelope, Rich, but I don't know where to deliver it to. But, yeah,
right.
Very kind of you to say it. Very kind.
So I'm going to end this one, Rich. All right, mate?
Okay, mate.
Or maybe I won't, because it won't go on to the
Leads.
Oh, there you are. I'm on it now. Okay, guys. So as I say, this has been the preview show for this week's football. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care of yourself. Love each other. Take care of each other. And we've got a watch along on Saturday, Arsenal against Leeds. Mr. Tom doesn't want to be on it because he's scared. It's all right. We get it.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm wearing dark pants. I can tell you that in advance.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. It's cool. Take care of yourselves. Hopefully, we'll see you on Saturday. Peace. We're out of here.